Hi there, it's Valerie Milano, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times, and I'm so glad I get to meet Venus Jones and her film. We're talking about her short film, and I'm going to let her go ahead and introduce herself.
Well, hi everyone who's watching. I am Venus Jones. I'm a poet. I'm a teaching artist. I'm an educator, and just an all around. What I like to say, I'm really just a old soul who's young at heart and that wants to make a difference in the world. Is that okay? I really
Love
don't
it.
like a lot of labels, but I have a lot of them. But it's just really at the end of the day, that's what I am. I'm a teaching artist and an empath, and yeah, that's what I am.
Yeah, we're going to talk about her film today. I go show them your background a little bit.
My
I love
background?
it.
Oh, yes. Because
Yeah,
okay, if I were to pick one label or one title, it would be this.
yes. Back up
I'm
a
a
little bit more.
poet.
Poet Drive. I
Poet
loved it when
Drive,
she.
draw Poet Drive, everyone. It's time. And most importantly, as you can tell already, I have a lot of drive.
Love it. We're going to find out during this interview. I can
Okay.
tell already. So we're going to talk about her short film, Lil Red is Riding the Wrong Way in the Hood. So
Yeah.
I love the title and I
Thank
love the little short of yours. It's a very cool animated morality film about the dangers of picking the wrong road in life. And a one woman production too, with filmmaker Venus Jones writing, producing, directing, and performing it all. Very sharp animations by the trio of Mutai Emmanuel, Stanley Mun. If I pronounce it wrong,
I know, right? No, I was
Muniri
calling him Mutai for a long time.
Mun
Actually, it's actually Mate.
Mute
Emmanuel,
Emmanuel,
yes.
Stanley Muniri.
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
that's good. That's good.
and I am Mubiru.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I did not get a chance to meet the people who helped with the background. So honestly, I don't know if we're saying it right. But
Okay,
that's okay.
okay,
I love the fact that you are trying, Valerie,
okay, cool.
and that you are attempting because I'm just leaving another film that was just about the importance of names. And my name has had such an impact on my life. My mom named me Venus. So I've been doing my best to try to represent love and beauty and like all of that light. So yeah, names are important. So thank you, Valerie, for doing your best. But I don't know how to pronounce those last. But I do know that Mate is not Matai, which is what I was saying too for a
Okay,
little bit until I got it right. But I met Mate actually online and I found him on Upwork. So it was just a
okay,
blessing because his
good.
work fit my vision, and he's from Nairobi, Kenya. So then this became a cross-cultural in a way, and as well as an international project.
Sweet. All right. Well, is there a particular inspiration for the story, or is this a tale from experiences observed or lived across a lifetime? In other words, where did this story come from?
Yeah, this story is kind of, as you already know, it's Lil Red is Riding the Wrong Way in Hood. So it's a revisionist version of Little Red Riding Hood, which is a very popular cautionary tale. But this is the 50th year that we're celebrating hip hop. So what I did was I took hip hop music and made this like a hip hop twist. And I made, instead of a little white girl, it's a little black boy, and just more importantly, a boy, right? Because so often we don't see little boys as something we need to protect as much as little girls. So that's why I hadn't seen that before. But the truth is like as I was in production, in pre-production and working around, I started to look at the images that were forming and what I was saying. And even though I wanted it to be him to be somewhat androgynous, because I feel like there are little girls who are into audio too, right? But I just the more I saw, the most important thing was just that, and then the writing around it. It's a work that I've been working on since 2020, and I just started writing the poem as a children's book. But then even better, it became this film, and it was sparked when I was listening to an educator on Clubhouse. talk, and I wish I could remember that person's name, but I was listening, and she was like, these are the things that families need to know, because human trafficking is really bad right now, and so many children are missing, and these parents don't know. And now we have the emergence of AI getting stronger and stronger, and so much about trust. And I know as a little girl, I didn't always know who to trust. And even now as an adult, I don't always know who to trust. So that's
Mhm.
why I feel like this film was so important. And it just, that conversation that educator was saying on Clubhouse made me write down everything she was saying. And I wanted to put those little hidden gems in this work. And that's what I did.
Love it. The soundtrack is so low key as to be largely incidental. I mean, you hardly notice it, but when you do, it speaks to the animation as and the story. It's like, how did you come to use that soundtrack for the film?
Well, that credit goes to Malcolm Lee, who is also a crew member on this project, even though it is it feels like a one person show, no woman, no man, no person is an island. So I give thanks that I was reminded of Malcolm and his genius, and he lives here locally. And he just has such a same heart for community that I do. So I was just so excited when I had an opportunity, and he just had a baby too.
Oh, sweet. Love
So
it.
I was just so happy that he said yes. And as we were in the studio and we're just playing around with sound, I just was wanting it to get louder and louder as he's writing towards. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why it does become almost, I was like, oh wow, now all of a sudden this soundtrack has become like a third or fourth character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. It's not incidental. It's not just incidental. There was a lot of thought that went into it, but then we went back and gave each character their own soundtrack, if you will.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The rhyming scheme of the dialogue is so cool. I'm sure it'll speak to the young people. Was that the target for the rhyming dialogue, or was
Exactly.
that just a very clever way to tell the story?
Well, there's always a time to rhyme, and when you are trying to reach some prefer poetry that doesn't rhyme, but when you are trying to reach that younger audience, I believe that musical quality is just something that I cannot ignore. And one of the things I'm most proud of is that my second books, I have 3 books, and Lyrics for Langston, the foreword was written by Langston Hughes' first cousin. And
Oh,
she said that I was Langston Hughes in the form of a Black girl. And I ran around my house. I was like, oh my God, that's
yeah.
a lot. That's a huge compliment. But if you know anything about Langston Hughes, some say he was the birth of the Harlem Renaissance, and he was definitely a key figure. But what he did that was just signatures is that he rhymed. He chose to use rhyme because he thought that it was just a way to make his poetry for the people and not just for the elite or the most
Mhm.
educated. Yeah.
The moral that not everyone in life is who they seem to be, had a larger application to the audience and its vigilance against allowing people like Big Deal to operate in our neighborhoods. Isn't it also a warning to the audience to not go down that road of becoming a big deal in life as well?
Uh, as you know, I love wordplay. And then the more I
Yes.
hear you say big deal, I don't know if anybody can watch this film and they go and buy anything anymore and say, oh, we got big deals. So that's where my mind is going. And who doesn't want to be a big deal? We all want to be a big deal. We all want to be a big deal. There's this thing called status, and as the kids say these days, clout chasing. Everyone wants clout, but at what cost? And are we asking that question at a younger age? Because you know, I just always was the best way for me to tell you how this had an impact on me of this moral, and the moral of the story is about trust. But when money comes in the picture, so often, remember that old school song, don't let money change you. People can change, and they can start to alter themselves and put profit over people at all times. And I don't think their mama wanted them to do this. I don't think she really wanted them to become that big deal where the money and the deal that they can make is more important than their soul or their peace. So yeah, just say it. I left you speechless, but
Yeah, no, you are very peaceful and you make me peaceful. And I just hope I get to meet you in person one day. I
oh,
bet
that
we will. The La Femme
yes,
Film
I love
Festival.
them. And that's so funny you say that because that's my motto is waging peace through poetry. And really what I'm talking about is inner peace because we don't have inner peace. And it was Gandhi who said happiness is when your thoughts, your words, and your actions are in alignment. But that's a high level of self-awareness that some of us think we have, including me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I'm saying this, but I'm still doing this, and I'm still in this relationship. So how will I get to happiness is really that alignment, and that's what creates inner peace. And then we can have more peace in the world. And it's really not that hard. I mean, I know we'll never get rid of conflict because we're always going to have internal conflict. However, I do think that we all really want just, we all want peace and happiness. And that comes through by, reaching out and to each other and just remembering that I am you and you are me. We're all just spiritual beings having a human experience.
Wonderful. It's been a pleasure to meet you virtually. And I'm sure we'll see you at La Femme Film Festival. And
Yes.
is there anything else you want to say
Oh,
before we
thank you
close?
for that. I just want to say people can learn more at Lil Red, LILRED movie.com. And if you if you care about human trafficking, if you care about trust and teaching kids and older people about betrayal, then this is definitely a short that you don't want to miss because it may have a long title, Lil Red is riding the wrong way in the hood, but it is definitely an important, it might be short, but it does have an important message and it's very, very, very layered. And I'm just hoping people will keep looking up and keep looking out because when we do, as I like to say, there's a lot less fear and a lot less doubt because yeah, then we can all be big deals. But
Yeah,
good,
I love that.
right? Good big deals. Ones that are
Thank you, Venus. Well, you've
yeah,
made
you know
my
what I'm
day.
saying.
I do. I do. And we were going to help promote this film as best we can. And we are
Oh,
the Hollywood Times dot today. That's our
oh,
website. And
thank
our YouTube is the Hollywood Times official. And I look forward to meeting you in person and continuing this relationship because you're something else. And this film
well, V and
does
V.
say a lot. Yes.
Anytime I meet someone with first letter V, I think, oh, V.
Oh, yeah, I love it. That's true.
And it's
Wonderful.
also
Thanks again. Yes. Have
thank
a
you.
great rest of your day.
Thank
Keep
you,
up the
Valerie.
great creativity that you have.
All right, I will.
Okay. Bye bye.